did in 2012 during the initial Kickstarter campaign. We started off with the kind of the base 5 ships that were how we imagined playing the game. We based them largely on Wing Commander and Privateer, kind of the different ship types. There was, a multi-crew ship, a fighter, a transport, explorer, that sort of thing. Midway through the campaign, we were hitting our goals, and we knew we were going to do other ships, more than just these base 5. So it's one of the Kickstarter goals in the original Kickstarter. There were these sub-goals that would unlock different ship classes. One of them was the M50 Racer, one of them was the Javelin Destroyer, and one of them was the Caterpillar. We called it a fighting transport or a pirate transport at the time.
The Caterpillar, it is an interesting ship because it's one of the first ships designed around pure modularity. So the whole front of the ship has 4 modules that in time we'll be able to replace with, from what we have now, which is cargo modules, to maybe an additional habitation module for more crew, or weapon modules that carry missiles. So we have the opportunity to really customize this ship from a player standpoint, the interior spaces as a whole. So this is the first ship where you can really do that. The Retaliator, you can do it with 2 spaces. Caterpillar, 4 spaces. So it's a lot more to players, for players to play with. It's also a pretty humongous ship. When it was first pitched, I believe it was pitched as sort of the evil twin brother of the Freelancer, but players will know that the Freelancer is a lot smaller than the Caterpillar when they see it. Actually, because of the gameplay necessities for this ship specifically, it ended up growing in size tremendously. At this point, it's longer than a Starfarer. Surface area-wise, it's not as big as a Starfarer because a Starfarer is a lot taller and a lot fatter, but it's actually longer than a Starfarer. So it's 50% longer than a Retaliator or a Constellation. It's got 2 floors, it's got 2 observation decks, 2 habitations, one in the command module, one in the main body. It's a big ship. It's a really big ship. It's the biggest ship we've done in LA.
So I inherited the Caterpillar after it had already gone through all of its early concept stages, where it was pretty set in on what it looked like, what it was for. And so my task was more about getting the interior laid out, getting the thruster placements figured out, and driving the implementation of it. I mean, the Caterpillar went through many, many iterations of determining what the inside would look like, how we would balance all of its mass, how we were going to balance its thruster placement. We also, part of the problem with the Caterpillar is that because its focus is versatility, its design page was just kept going. So we had to really pare down what features it was going to actually contain. That was part of my job, was to pick and choose, cherry pick the really good, juicy bits to focus in on for the Caterpillar. The Caterpillar can carry smaller ships. It is intended for it to be able to carry dragonflies. We have the cargo system has elements in it that allows us to tune how well a ship can carry other ships. So as far as turning this into a carrier, there are more ships than just the Dragonfly that fit into it, but there's a lot of consequences to just letting you fill it up with hundreds of those things. It's meant to operate realistically with fewer than that.
I'm working on